What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with our Tales of Arise video. So, the live stream, the first of a few live streams apparently, for Tales of Arise happened this morning. It was like an hour-long stream. I actually just finished going through it myself. I was unable to stay up or wake up at 7:30 to catch this. The downside of, these Japanese streams, they're other side of the world, so it doesn't really work too well with our time zones. But I just went through it now, and there really wasn't too much to kind of go over, but we do have some information about future stuff that I do want to go over. Most of this stream was a lot of just kind of talking about stuff we already know. Tomizawa showed off gameplay to the voice actors for each of the characters. Just kind of talking about the game and the world. You had the voice actors kind of talking about their experience with the Tales series, which was pretty cool. They went over the collector's edition stuff. So you got to see kind of firsthand what's in the collector's edition, which is funny because for those who don't know, if you're not, an SAO, I'm going to use SAO as a prime example because that's where he's most on these streams. But Matsuoka, who voices Kirito, who is also voicing Law in Tales of Arise, usually on streams, he's kind of like the funny guy. Like, he acts like very, very silly, and there was no difference here. He he was trying to put together the Alpha and Gion figure, but the pieces were, like, falling off. And so he's always fun to have on these streams. And he was one of the ones who talked about his experience with Tales, saying how his first Tales game was Tales of Fantasia, and he played on the PlayStation 1. So it's cool to know that, he's been a fan of the series for so long, and he finally gets to voice a character in the series. Although technically he's been in a Tales game, even though it was a mobile game when Tales and SAO had that crossover in Tales of the Rays. But let's talk about the new stuff. There's not going to be too much to really say here, but first things first, there's going to be another stream on I believe it's July 5th. I have it open over here. July 5th, there's going to be another stream, and here they are going to show the opening. They are going to show the opening for Tales of Arise. So what I mean by the opening is the opening animation that plays when you first boot up the game. So it'll have the UFO table artwork. We'll actually get to see what all 6 characters look like in full, kind of anime style. Because, of course, Tales of Arise does still have, an animated style. But, the anime cutscenes are what are pretty much the most hyped thing for Tales fans when it comes to these games. You get those cutscenes, you're like, okay, let's see what's going to happen here. So we are going to see the opening animation July 5th. So that's roughly 2.5 weeks from now. So that's not too far. So pretty exciting stuff there. The other thing that was talked about. So we talked in yesterday's video about the UI situation. When you pull up the menu and it's just kind of like a blank screen. Let me actually see if I can pull it up right here on my Twitter. Let's scroll down a bit. Ignore all the other stuff you're gonna see. Right here. So this screen that I showed yesterday, this is not what it's going to look like. I complained, yesterday how this is kind of like bland and boring, and they did mention in the stream that this is not finalized. So we got this confirmed that is not the finalized product for the main menu. We are going to have some kind of models for the characters on the screen, so that is very good to know. I'm very happy to hear that. The other thing to talk about, the only other thing to really talk about is skits were mentioned, but still not shown. Clearly, they're waiting for some really, really big reveal for skits to actually be shown. I do think we'll see it before the game comes out, but since they mentioned the opening for next stream, but they didn't mention skits for next stream, most likely we're not going to see skits on July 5th. They might say, because it's one of those things where we are still roughly a little less than 3 months away from the game's release. And the thing with that is, they want to have the build up, unlike how it was, for a good while, because obviously at first they had planned to release the game in 2020. It didn't work out. And now it's finally coming out in 2021. They don't want to have another dead period. the whole point now is to keep the momentum going with the hype and the build-up, so they want to spread things out as much as they can. So I think, we'll see the opening beginning of July. Maybe they'll have another stream in August where they'll show the skits, and then the game comes out in September. And of course, they'll have these small PVs and stuff, CMs that come out to kind of promote the game more. After a while, I'm probably not going to watch all of them just because, games and movies today kind of get carried away with how much they give away. So a lot of the stuff is just kind of being shown here. The playable demo that a lot of YouTubers have gotten, I expect that version will probably, because they did mention early on, not in the stream, but Tomizawa mentioned early on that he wanted to have a playable demo for people to play before the game comes out. I mean, it's a very good thing to do because this will get people to try the game before it comes out. Maybe they're not Tales fans. Maybe this is going to be their first Tales game. Maybe they really like how Tales of Arise plays. So it is very smart to get a public demo out there at some point. I haven't decided whether I'll play it or not. I'm mostly certain we're going to get a demo probably sometime in August. They'll probably do it like right before the game comes out. I don't know if I want to play it. If it's just like the demo that we've seen here, where it's just like gameplay with no story related, I might give it a try. But if it's like, oh, this is the first 20 minutes of the game and your gameplay carries over to the full game, I probably won't do that. Because I don't want to play the first 20 minutes of Arise and then have to wait a month to continue and kind of break that momentum of the game. Plus, I want to play it fresh, day one. So, most likely, even if a demo comes out, I'm probably not going to touch it. Maybe besides, like, do 1 or 2 battles. Maybe I'll make a video just doing, like, a battle or 2 in the demo and then just call it good. But I'm really not trying to really mess with things so I can just fully immerse myself when the game comes out. Of course, we'll be doing a playthrough. And I think it'll be a good time. But that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you're excited to see the opening. We've obviously seen some opening shots already because they showed off some of the artwork. I believe we saw Alphen. We saw a shot of Rinwell. I'm not sure if we saw anyone else, but I remember those 2 images came out a little while back. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.